What's happening, ladies? Today we are talking about red flags. Red flags. Red flags. In a relationship I speak about in my testimony video, although ignored, there were definitely some red flags at the beginning of it. As a matter of fact, they were apparent even before we even entered the relationship. Like the time I knew that he was super duper religious by the way that he responded to my conversation about zodiac signs. This happened on just my second time meeting him. Now that's a red flag specifically to me because I'm not a super duper religious person. Anybody else that might be okay for it. Or the time I knew that he was insecure when he would get in my car and jokingly say,
"Who else you been having in here? Or somebody else? You been having some other people? You been having somebody else in here, huh?"
Or the time he took me out and left me by myself for most of the night because I participated in conversation with him and an older guy who randomly just walked up to us. He didn't like that. This was New Year's Eve of 2017. We were 10 days into the relationship. I cried that night. Or like I mentioned in the other video, the time where I didn't see him in the building, so I asked his coworker, a guy, where he went, and when he saw me talking to his coworker and he finally made it to me, he badgered me with attitude about why you just ain't call my phone. And it's literally turned into a whole argument. Girl, I could go on and on, but the point is, all of this stuff happened early on, and I still allowed myself to continue this interaction for a year and a half. My mindset was like, okay, he is an amazing guy who loves his family, he loves being around me, he loves doing nice things for me. He just has a few issues just like anybody else, right? Eventually, we'll get past them. I had hope because nobody's perfect. But my days got darker and darker and darker, and I began to realize that this was taking a toll on my mind and my life. It got only worse instead of better. So ladies, when dating, it is crucial that you do not, and I repeat,
do not
ignore the red flags. I know we can be so forgiving and so willing to look over the small stuff to give somebody a chance, but girl, that small stuff turns into big stuff, and all of this ultimately brings your life down. Now, of course, speaking about red flags, we're talking about potential toxic behavior, okay? Those kinds of things. So please take heed to this and let's learn how to discern and be intuitive. Sometimes all it takes is that gut feeling that tells you to take flight. I had it. We all have it. We just have to learn how to trust ourselves, rise up, pay attention, and have courage. Spend time with yourself. Meditate, pray. Take your spirituality and your personal development seriously. And don't allow anybody to make decisions for you. Because in my case, I allowed him to take complete charge over the relationship. Even in my doubts and feelings, I let him do whatever he saw fit. And this is a major slap in the face to your own self. So save yourself the trouble. Don't do it, Miss CELIE. Don't do it. At the end, you start to realize that he got you a commitment ring, not because he loves you so much, but because he wants all the guys to think that you are married. Then you realize that he wants to see you every day, all day, not because he loves you so much, but so that he knows you're not seeing nobody else. Because when a man is insecure, he does things according to his fears instead of love. So be careful, queen. Don't fall for the trap. And know that when you allow others that hurt you to remain in your life, it reveals a lack of love and value that you have for yourself. So put love first. Your life is way too precious to be gambled and trampled on.